Right, and we are back once again, and I think Semler is just missing for a moment. Oh, he's sitting back down again, but Vendetta, you're here, right?
I'm always here.
Perfect. You can't leave in the middle of all of this excitement. It is going to be Titan and Virtus.Pro playing it up now in a best of 3. The second map is coming up. It's going to be an Inferno, and I will actually switch it over to the game rather quickly because I'm pretty excited about it. The winners are going to qualify for the LAN portion of this particular tournament. But before we get into that, we need to decide who that is. Titan ended up winning on cash, and Virtus.Pro ran into some trouble. Snacks getting DDoSed, unfortunately, and Grubby stepping up and helping out, which is really cool. Not the StarCraft 2 player, I'm assuming, but Polish Counter-Strike player Grubby that I haven't actually heard of much, so I'm not sure, but you mean it's a rough task for Grubby to step in the middle of a game like that.
Yeah, and you're not just replacing anyone either. You're replacing Snacks, who was, what was it, 3rd or 4th?
Yeah.
In the top 20 rankings? So
something like that.
You've got quite big shoes to fill.
Yep, that's not an overstatement.
Definitely not. So before we get into it, something I wanted to remind you. Yes, guys, go to shop.eslgaming.com where you can, amongst other things, buy a Titan team jersey right now, which is on sale. So go and check that out if you have not already. Definitely a cool place if you want to support Titan a little bit, and maybe go to a LAN and cheer for them. I'm sure it won't be long before they are. We're going to see them at a top LAN with, you know, RPK helping out and everything else. It's going to be good fun. Maybe this ESL LAN. And also, a big thanks to those of you who have been following us on Twitter, and also those of you who have been donating skins and stuff to us through the CSGO Lounge link, if you're watching from that website. We definitely appreciate that as well. Big help to us. Now, this second map here is Inferno. How would you judge this map based for both teams? Is this evenly split? Are Virtus.Pro and Titan roughly evenly good on Inferno, do you think?
I'd say normally I'd give the upper hand to BP. But again, Snacks isn't here, so I think that might steer things in the favor of Titan.
Yeah, I have to agree. Titan are looking really good right now, and the thing is, it feels like this is a map that Titan would pay a particular attention to, right? With all of this prac that they've got, they look so clean and refined on cash. I'd be amazed if we didn't see more of the same on Inferno, because this is such a go-to map for teams.
Yeah, it is pretty much the staple map of CSGO since the inception of CSGO. So yeah, if there's one map you absolutely have to know how to play, it's Inferno, because that's not a map that's gonna get vetoed out or something to that effect. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Titan are really on par, or on point, or on par with VP for that matter, on Inferno.
Oh, well, I'm excited. I think Inferno is always a fun map to watch, and there's one thing that gives me a little bit of hope, actually, for VP, which is that sometimes when we see this map played, and VP end up on the CT side, they end up putting Neo in the B bomb side, and he can just hold that bomb side alone, it seems. Even against unreasonable amount of opponents coming to the bomb side. And we saw how good he was on on Cash. If he keeps up the same level on this map and just is a rock in B bomb side, that means even if Grubbies are standing, if they more or less have 4 people in A at all times, that's gonna make it rough for Titan on the terror side at least. That's the one way out I can think for Virtus.Pro here. Yes, no, yes. Anyone agree?
I didn't really feel like there was anything to add. I think you're quite on point with that.
All right, I'm glad that's the reason. I mean, there could be like 2 reasons for silence. It could be like, yeah, Anders covered that pretty well, or it could be like,
oh god, why did he say that?
He's so far wrong. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't even want to get anywhere near this. This is embarrassing.
I'm gonna keep you guessing from now on. Just not answer anything at all.
It's like some sort of elaborate troll. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. There's another thing. Now that we're talking about Inferno and people to watch on this map, I think actually Kenny is a really interesting Inferno player to watch. Kind of like JW on Fnatic. The close range AWPing and the supreme confidence is just really good stuff. So I'm gonna be trying to watch Kenny as well.
I think that's a bit of a cop out though. That's a bit of a cop-out, because what map isn't a Kenny S map these days?
Yeah, there is that. I mean, it's pretty much just you give this guy an AWP, any map, and he's gonna wreak havoc.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much the long and short of it. The question is how much are Titan going to rely on him to create those to give them those entry frags to start creating plays for them.
Well, on the T side, I think they have one of the luxuries that Titan have. First off, even before the roster change, they got Apex, and what we saw at Cologne when he played with LDLC there, that was just entry fragging taken to a whole nother level. Apex was completely godlike throughout that tournament. He was by far the best player at Cologne. So, you know, you have a pretty strong card to pull out there if you're Titan, and I don't think it hurt either to get RPK in there. He's an amazing rifler. So you should be able to create opportunities for Titan as well on the T side. And if all of that fails, then you can fall back on Kenny. So it's a pretty scary lineup overall for Titan.
Yeah. The one guy I'm kind of watching right now is Maniac. I don't feel like we really saw a big performance out of him on Cash. Felt like he kind of got overshadowed by Kenny, Apex, even RPK.
Yeah.
So Maniac, we're gonna expect the big plays from you this map.
It's a bit of a luxury though when you have 3 people in your team dropping over 22 frags. Then I think it's, even if you didn't have the worst game or the best game for that matter, it's going to be really hard to shine because you have 3 people hogging all the frags.
Making
good point. That's a good point.
Making you look back. Well, we're going to get the GTA 1 and 2 top-down view of the knife fight here on Inferno. I mean, usually we do say Inferno's not that big a deal winning the knife fight, but I think if you're a Virtus.Pro right now, you'd love to. Although Grubby, I don't know how he's going to do this, and indeed he won't. Karambit to the belly is going to end it, and Titan get to start on the more favored side, which is the CT side. And speaking of Inferno CT sides, though, and the pistol that's coming up, do you think Titan are going to be prone to adventurous setups again? I mean, we have seen people go for like 3 people B in the pistol round, where they actually sort of charge down Banana and try and take a fight. Is that a Titan? Is that like the scenario for Titan?
It's something Titan could do. I wouldn't be surprised either if we saw one guy pushing aggressively in apps, having maybe Kenny pushing into CPL, you know, either just for information's sake or, you know, trying to work as a bit of a decoy for people in second mid while the guy in apps pushes aggressive, that type of thing. We saw it on Cash. Titan likes aggressive pistol rounds on CT. Didn't quite work out for them on the CT side of Cash, but I don't think they're going to, you know, wane from it just because of that one instance.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think there may be an element of surprise here. Again, right, mentioning that, but you know, how much do Virtus.Pro actually know, and how much, you know, can they expect out of Titan? You know, going into this best of 3, Inferno as well. It doesn't feel like it's a map we really got to see Titan play much on. So, let's see, man. It's the pistol now.
Yeah.
It is the pistol coming up. We have a C-Set 75 being purchased on Kenny. He's no soul at all. You don't just buy a C-Set in the pistol round, but Kenny does. Pretty warming up for when he gets the AWP later on. Then 2 P250s, 1 5.7 and 1 USPS on Apex, keeping it clean, and that's exactly what he does in the middle. Grenade out as well, going to bounce right in, and that's a money grenade. Deals 30 damage to 3 members, and then Maniac to soften up a little bit more. This is a great start for Titan on the pistol round.
Maniac also spots everyone rotating over towards the B bomb site, and smoke goes down, and this is going to be so tough for VP.
Although Pasha and Taz with the follow-up, Kenny got a little bit too cheeky. Wanted to run up behind them. Virtus.Pro bringing it back. Maniac might have to be the guy holding it right now, because if he goes down, and look at this, they're doing the matchmaking snake strike. They're just running back and forth, causing a massive distraction. RPK gonna get the 1 kill in here, but it's still a 3-on-3.
And they're not going to be fast enough. Apex is already in position to try and cover the cross as well. He does the damage, picks up the kill. RPK is going to get the kill, in fact. But RPK gets taken out behind new boxes, and it's down to Maniac and Apex now. Maniac has got some sick firepower, though. Kevlar and 5.7. He should be able to do some damage when he finally gets here.
But they don't have a kit picked up right now. They got to move fast, really, really fast, or they're going to run out of time. Maniac, shot to the face, will shut him down. That's Grubby with a good kill, and Bayali will follow it up with a double of his own. And that is Virtus.Pro winning the pistol round in spite of having an almost fatal start. Very cool play from the Polish team.
I think I might have cursed Titan a tiny bit right there. And again, we saw a bit of a unnecessary mistake from Kenny. On Cash, we saw him jumping up towards, you know, testing Faith versus Neo Scout. This time around, he wasn't actually too aggressive for his own good. I think they would have been perfectly fine by just having Maniac sit still in Boiler Room. if an eventual rotation from VP came back towards the A bomb site instead of having Kenny running behind them towards Banana all by himself.
Yes.
So they would have been way better off by having him rotate through CT spawn and basically just stack things up right there.
Risk versus reward kind of thing. Probably a little bit more risk than reward in that case. Existence dropping quite low.
This is a bit of a weird setup from Titan on the B bomb side. I'm not really sure what Maniac is doing. No, Kenny is doing, because he's just sitting crouched, watching in towards the wooden panel with RPK next to him. So it might be RPK being a diversion.
Nice kill there. And RPK, well, he's a little bit more than a diversion, more like a human sentry as he takes out Neo with a good 1-dig. Maniac in the corner, quick kill, goes for Bialy as well. I don't think they realize Kenny's here. They have almost no reason to check the rest of this bomb site. It's going to be such a surprise, and Bialy goes down with the bomb. 30 seconds left, it's Taz alone, and he's almost getting outplayed by Kenny. It's so close. 7 health, now in a one-on-one versus Apex, who just has to land a single bullet, but he's got no head armor. Apex, he could still go down. He will go down. Taz is going to survive, and Virtus.Pro, they barely eke it out in the round. That was so close.
And I think you have your answer, Ben.
Yeah.
The old bait and switch. Basically, hey guys, look at RPK. He's right here. Oh yeah, you know, you only usually have 2 guys holding on B. Guess what? There's a 3rd one. That's exactly what they had in mind, it seems.
It worked out pretty well for them too. So a lot of economical damage done to VP, and if they're able to follow this up in some way, then they could break VP instantly in the first buy round.
Well, that'd be good news. Maniac, Kenny. And Kenny showing himself, saying, I'm right here, don't even bother to check the corner. There's nothing suspicious going on here at all. But you can kind of tell that VP have a slightly different mindset. They are keenly aware that something might be up. Maniac only gets the 1 kill in as a result. The rest were ready and waiting for him, so that's good news. If they lost a couple of people over there, could get a little bit ugly, but that's not going to be the case. Inside this bomb site, Apex with the 1 kill. Can't take Grubby with him in existence. I'm not sure he could do much at this point. There's a smoke already up.
Yep. And there's already a follow-up one as well, although it's going to go onto coils instead. So Bialy actually catches the edge there, misses it, and there's the opportunity. Existence. I mean, like, no flash for the existence play, but he still has 0 fear running through that CT smoke.
Just about finding the timing. Kenny, 1. That was a really quick headshot. I'm wondering what happened to the rifles that were over here at short. I didn't see them throw them up on the roof or anything, so I don't know where they hit them. We can't see them now anyway, but they managed to make sure that Kenny didn't have a rifle at least, so that's good news.
Yeah, it is. They did only survive with 2 people though, so that's a tiny nick in the armor for VP, but all in all, an okay anti-eco.
Pasha's down there. Kenny wants to peek. He's going to go for the fight, and they both missed the shot, which is a little bit anti-climactic at this point. Maniac's also up in apartments. Could get a fight with Taz eventually. VP already making sure there's no one up in abs here, and that's already some good information for them to work off of.
They realize that they have good map control right now. Banana has been cleared out pretty much as well. They're starting to work their way to top Banana. Neo just being very thorough. He's had luck with entries here so far. So now the question is, I mean, it's pretty much like just a full spread from VP, looking for the angle, and Kenny, he gets the shot, but it goes through the wooden post, and somehow that wooden post only allows Taz to drop down to 11 HP. Like, that's just, like, the wood, it doesn't matter, that should still be a kill right there.
It probably should be, right? But it takes just enough speed off the bullet somehow. Maniac moving up quite close here. Kenny missing a shot, but he's going to find Taz eventually and take him out. Kenny on 16 health, and Maniac falling back up into abs. Are they going to come and look for him? He's so close. If he gets the right timing right now, he could end this push already before it's begun. He gets the 1. Grubby's going to go down, plus dropping the bomb inside almost as a present to Maniac, saying just take this right here. Apex gets the kill on Neo, and that's a flawless round from Titan, and a very bad omen, I think, for VP.
Not a good sign at all. And it's a bit unfortunate that, well, obviously it's how it needs to be, but if Neo had seen how much damage he had done to Existence right there with his first nade and Banana, then they probably would have gone towards that B-bomb site. Because he landed one of those nades that I don't really know how happened, where the armor is ineffective.
Oh, a bit too close for comfort here. They're getting pushed back. Very aggressive push coming out here from VP towards the top of Banana. Existence takes the first kill, takes out Grubby, and RPK is here to support. RPK, man, he has really shown some sick aim. Or at least some good control, right? Just easy shots that he's lining up. He's not looking stressed. He's not looking worried at all, actually. Really impressed if it's true. You know, if he really just took a step back and hasn't touched CS for years, that's crazy that he's able to just walk back into the game and in the space of a month or two, just get right back up to top level.
Yeah, definitely holding his own over there. I mean, he's tied for the top frags with Maniac right now, which isn't saying that much, only 6 rounds in, but still pretty good. VP back on rifles, and they're going to run into Kenny, top of Banana. There's 2 more people. Sort of a bodyguard system here to save the sniper if anything goes wrong, and Kenny misses another shot, and he's going to lose the AWP. That's not a good trade right now for Titan.
It's really going to hurt them. Still 2 guys here to hold, and as I say that, Taz, he takes out RBK. Turns out I cursed RPK. Existence is now caught in oranges, but Taz seems to have an idea of this.
Wow.
Dude, Taz, he's just unstoppable.
Apex, can he stop the bomb from going down? He can, just barely, but he goes down to Grubby. That's a good shot from the stand-in. Really important as well, because if somehow Apex could have fallen back there, that could have actually been a pretty bad 2-on-3. But Maniac shouldn't be able to save this. This is one of those positions, I think, of all teams, VP have already learned what it's like to peek in one of these 1-on-3s, so they should just play it really safely.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's not repeat history, right?
Yes.
And there we go. Taz decides to take the fight, but this time history does not repeat itself, and Taz has one of the sickest rounds of the night for him, a quad kill. Nearly, well, 3 of them entries, and then the last one just mopping up.
That's a pretty disappointing round, I'd say, Vendetta, for Titan, having 3 people top of Banana, and, you know, one of them a sniper, and Kenny of all people. That should have been a cleanup round with Virtus.Pro and Banana.
It should have. And you talked about that buddy system they had going, you know, trying to save the op, as Kenny gets a double.
What? While flashed?
Well then.
Did not even see that. I don't think he realizes how close they are, and I really wish Kenny would fall back, and I'm kind of thinking Existence might have been screaming at him right about then, saying, come on, we just got like a 5-on-3 situation. Why continue to fight and potentially, you know, throw it away?
Well, there you go. Titan needed a way to bounce back into this game, and they just got it right there. Kenny just gifted it to them pretty much. Existence is kind of low, though, so this is a little bit scary for him. He's holding in like that old fetish spot as well, right up close to the smoke, so if VP try to get cheeky and push through, they're going to run right past him.
Yeah, hard to deal with this one. VP hoping that someone's going to reveal himself. Just one person they can kill before they execute the push, but time is running out right now. Neo gets a kill on Kenny, though, and Existence actually almost dropped, so this is actually doable right now. Neo goes down over at the other side of the map. Taz is going to fall, and now all hope has been extinguished, as it's a 1-on-4 for Pasha, and there's not really anything he could do at this point.
I hope to save his weapon, that's about it, but it seems like he's actually going to try to get a bomb plant here.
Oh, he believes. But Titan believe in the crossfire as well. They crucify him. So there we have it.
Yeah. The big difference from this round and the previous one was the fact that, well, as you said, Existence is probably, you know, screaming his head off to Kenny to get back there after getting that entry frag. And you talked about it in the round where Existence picked up the entry frag in Banana, that they had this buddy system where you had 2 riflers protecting the op. The problem with that round was that Kenny actually went for the re-peek without having any of his teammates near. So he got caught out by Neo. And, you know, after that, they just got picked off one by one, RPK taking it too wide of a peak initially and going down to Taz. But this time around, they managed to work it out perfectly.
Well, it's an eco coming in here from the Virtus.Pro team. Apex in a pretty good position to take the 1 kill. And down in pit, it's Maniac. And actually, Kenny helping out as well from Archway. So Virtus.Pro attempting for an all-out apartments rush where you just jump a bunch of people off of the balcony and try and surprise anyone who's down here. I think this is a sort of setup where you're sort of flipping a coin and you're hoping that there is nobody in pit, there's nobody either graveyard or in sight. You're hoping that they're chiefly holding maybe 2 arch and 1 quad. This 1-person quad, if you come off everyone out of the apartments, is probably going to get wrecked, and they could put the bomb down and everything else, but you can't know before you really go into it if it's going to happen or not.
Didn't help them a lot that I think Maniac landed the mother of all flashbangs and apps right there. So I think the first 3 people to run out of apps from VP were flashed.
Oh. Beautiful grenade from Apex.
Solid sublunar nade.
Oh yeah, man, I admired it. I admired it.
Oh, Taz goes down. Neo, though, is on the hunt, and he's actually very, very fast here. Just making a lot of noise as he's running away over towards... Oh, it's perfect. He sits in the chair. Sit down, Kenny. That's a headshot from Bayali. But unfortunately, Neo went down, and now Bayali is going to be the last man standing, and he's not going to be sitting any more people down. And his death is way less comfortable than the one he gave to Kenny. So, 5-4, moving into the 10th round. That was picture perfect. So much that we took a picture of it.
The snapshots are out?
Yeah. Gotta save those moments.
A real Kodak moment. So that's three rounds in a row for Titan. So they're finally picking up steam here. And VP are on an eco, so this should be a slaughter, and you can see Apex is very aware of the fact that there are easy kills to be had.
Eco hunting. The Eco Cobra is back alive. Pasha, oh, good headshot there on Kenny. Steals the AWP if he can. He's really quick with it as well, but Maniac's coming in, and Pasha just wants to escape and get another kill somewhere. There might be a target up here, but oh, Maniac just a little bit too fast, and Pasha very low on health. He's going to end up going down, and we're at 6-4 here. I don't know, I still think Virtus.Pro is playing pretty well. They only have one rifle round so far, but it's been very close a couple of times, and if they can just get up to like 6 rounds on this first half, I think it's very doable for them.
Yeah, it certainly is. I'm just really impressed right now with Titan's ability to come back into this game after what looked like them losing control earlier on in the half. Now, all of a sudden, they've got Bank, they're getting frags, and VP are the ones who are starting to struggle a little bit. Once Titan were able to actually put some pressure on VP, that's when you start to see VP struggle a little bit, just because they don't have that full lineup to fall back on.
Another really good flashbang for Maniac, but he can't capitalize on it this time. He's just going to get them flashed in by a tiny bit of time. Apex up close to the site here. He gets by Ali before he goes down, and Maniac is in the pit, which is great, but he's smoked off, which is very bad for Titan right now. He can't really help out. Neo gets Kenny. Taz gets Maniac, and it's down to existence here. What a take from Virtus.Pro. That was just a top-notch execution.
Now, do you feel like that was just a full-on YOLO push, like straight up, no holds barred? Do you think it was a good call for them to go rushing through smoke like that, Ben, or should they have tried to pace themselves a little bit there, Titan? It just felt like they were trying to take these fights and keep VP off that site.
The key thing that round really was the fact that Kenny took a shot in Banana, and VP instantly recognized that, oh, that means that Titan are doing their 3-man setup on B. Instantly. So the second Kenny S fires these off in a Banana, that just is just the greenest light for VP to go towards that A-bomb site. So they do a good job of smoking off parts, and that kind of negates everything that, oh, as Existence picks up too, negates anything that Apex can do on that A-bomb site, and you basically leave everything up to Maniac. And while Maniac didn't die, which is obviously very, very well done of them, he's not able to get any frags either, so him putting in damage on people isn't going to do enough for your team, because Apex is going to have a really hard time rotating around, and Titan are just left undermanned in every situation they take.
Maniac.
Nade.
Yeah, it was a good grenade. But Kenny will find the return kill onto Pasha, and also, I mean, Maniac took a peek down second mid and didn't see anyone. Grubby was down there, but he was just behind one of the building blocks down there, so he's just going to be waiting, seeing what's up. Virtus.Pro now have to find a refract somehow before they get into a bomb side, otherwise it's going to be chaos.
Yeah, that's what it's all about at this point. I'm still surprised that Maniac, that they weren't able to pull anything more out of Maniac eating that HE. It's pretty much face first right there. They out though, Banana pressure coming in, Taz dropped down to half HP, but that smoke stands. And the flash as well to buy more time. This is Titan just making very good use of the clock right now, but 4 members are here for VP. They've got 3 smokes. They should be able to get onto their side eventually.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at the time here. 40 seconds. The Molotov just went down, and then Existence still has a smoke, and there's another smoke up right now. If they run through right now, I mean, look at RPK. He's just ready to receive. The smoke goes up again. This is going to be a slaughter, I think. He's got the rifle in hand. They're charging through. Taz is already there. Flashbangs to follow. Existence get the one, but RPK helping out. And now Bayali is going to go down, and there's just nothing you can do with so little time left. Taz, last man standing, 1-on-5. Makes it a 1-on-4, but he's on 6 health, and RPK is going to finish it with a triple kill. And I don't know, Ben. What would it have taken for Titan to get through, or sorry, for Virtus.Pro to get through that wall at that little time?
Well, lucky shots. more or less. And I'm not really sure whose smoke that was. The second smoke they put down in Banana right after Existence put down his Molotov. I'm not really sure if that came from one of the Titan members on A or not, because it was not Existence or RPK who put down that smoke. So I'm kind of curious if that was VP actually smoking off themselves.
I think it might, maybe they wanted to get into construction. I'm not sure.
Might have been, but they you know, they removed this Molotov obviously, but I'd rather go through a Molotov than a smoke if you're going towards the B bomb site.
Yeah. At least see who's shooting you, right?
Yeah, you know, face your maker or meet your maker, I suppose is more.
Yeah, but MYM don't play anymore, do they?
No, but you've got Neo and Taz and those guys who are ex MYM members.
See that style, man.
You could make like a knockoff team called Face Your Maker, though. Just, you know.
Yeah.
Pretend.
Just a straight off rip off, right? No shame.
Yeah, man. It's all business.
I'm gonna create a team called MIP, Minions in Pajamas.
Let's not go there. Oh, yes. Bit of a smoke down bottom of Banana. I think fewer and fewer teams are doing this because, as you can kind of tell, the terrorists don't really care about that smoke. They're just rushing right through. Neo almost catching a kill, but RPK is going to best him this time around. And if Virtus.Pro lose this round, man, it's going to get ugly. They will have really almost nothing they can buy last round. They've only lost 2 in a row, so their round loss bonus is not going to be great. And they could end up being 10-5 here, which would not be cool considering how close they've been to getting so many rounds.
The Bob and Taz is rotating off of B though, so it looks like Pasha and Bialy are basically just gonna play the role as decoys and try to keep as many Titan members as possible on that B bomb site. Or actually, now they're getting back to it, and Apex is rotated off. So this is a golden opportunity for VP.
This is big, yeah. Now we have to see if history repeats itself as they go rushing right through. And guess what? Existence, they have no idea. Triple spray for him before they could even react. That was a perfect play there by Existence.
And look at Pasha here. This is actually, like, he had a decision to make. He could either go for the bomb plant, which would give his team more money in the next round, or he could go for the straight-up win. And it kind of feels like he went for the win in this case. 1-on-3, and he has no chance of knowing that Maniac is here, so there's nothing anything can do. And with the bomb plant, they would have had AKs on, what, 2 people at least. Yeah, 2 people would have had AKs. Now instead, it's a little bit sketchy.
2 Galils, 2 Tech-9s, and a ZZ. And they've had troubles getting onto sites already, as it is, without, well, you know, with actually having full buys. So this is going to be a really tough run for VP. They do have a lot of smokes, though, so that is something going their way.
I think it was all engineered to get Existence into double frag numbers, you know, double-digit frags. Because he was lagging a little bit behind there. You know, the rest of the team floating around the distance. Now he's up at 10. It's all right.
Yeah, and speak of the devil, getting another kill in here. Kenny also point-blank ranged on Pasha and took him down with the AWP. It's a very classic Kenny move, and like JW as well if you want to put him in there. Some of these hoppers that are really good are playing Inferno, and it's so much fun to see. But not so much fun if you're on the receiving end like Virtus.Pro right now. You got to remind everyone as well that they are a map down currently. They lost on Cash, and this is only a best of 3, so if they don't win this map, there's no third map, and that also means the Titan will be going to the LAN finals here, so there's a lot on the line right now for both teams. Again, RPK in the corner, the smoke fades, and Existence, well, he's not quite going to kill you. He's got the first one in. Headshot midair on Neo, and Bialy, last man standing. 1-on-4. Again, Virtus.Pro trying to get through the smoke at B, and it's too well coordinated, the defense over here. There's nothing he could do. Existence with a triple at the end, and actually, oh wow. Illuminati confirmed right here. They all have 13 kills. I don't think I've ever seen that before at the end of half, ever.
It's good distribution right there.
Yeah.
I guess they could have done better if Existence had 5 assists, so they would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so
Lost
close.
Opportunity right there.
Yeah, no Half-Life 3 confirmed, but it's very close. I guess there were like 5 threes. I don't know. It's the 16th round at either rate, and if Virtus.Pro win this pistol round, I'd say there's a pretty decent chance they come back and win this map, but if they don't, it's going to get really tricky. I think Titan might run away with it.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. If Titan gets the pistol, then should be up to 13 rounds, and we saw how that went on Cash as well. Didn't go too well for PP at all.
Wow.
Well,
That's
that's a
some...
peekaboo moment.
Yeah, but that was some cheeky play from Kenny. Like, that was really, really naughty. He was boosted up on this otherwise almost unused rooftop and then looked into apartments.
That's when it's a real pleasure to actually see those kinds of plays work, you know, because you rarely see them actually make that jump from the T balcony over to that roof. But then to have it work so perfectly, of all times, Kenny, you have to be smiling right now.
But it seems like VP have like somewhat of a good read because they got Neo close over here by Banana, so he can hear if they're coming. And right now he has no other thing, so they're keeping people close to A, although not in A, which means I'd say there's a really strong chance VP will be fighting for a retake right now. The bomb should be going down if Titan just push it here, and Grubby has to be careful, trying to fall back. He goes down, and now by Ali. Pasha coming in, it's the dual elite. He gets the one, he goes for more, he almost takes Kenny with him, and in fact he will. 2 guns definitely confirmed being better than 1. And now it's Maniac and RPK again. The bomb plant here should have been happening a while ago, but I guess Titan did not realize how few people were actually in the bomb site.
Also, that RPK was up in apartments right there. Now he's going to get pinned down in the pit. Perfect flash, and Neo just picks up that kill. Easy. Maniac not long for this world either with only 5 HP. And I think a lot of that has to do with Pasha. Neo as well with the kills over in Banana, but Pasha, man, that was him just pretty much stopping cold the Titan push at mid.
Yeah,
wow.
Pasha doing lots of work there in that pistol round, and I think if Titan had picked up one smoke, just one smoke that round, they would have been able to force the rotation from Neo sooner, because it seemed like Existence was the most patient man in the world for 99% of the time, and the second he started moving, that's when Neo started to rotate as well, and he got caught out. So I think one smoke to kind of force the rotation from VP would have done wonders for Titan, but yeah, those dualies from Pasha.
1 for each bicep.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
He's strong enough to carry them both.
I was about to say, that's the reason why Pasha's using him. He has the biceps.
Showing off the guns.
It's like, hey bro, I got guns for my guns.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. And look again, this is what I started off talking about. Neo sort of single-handedly defending B, which is just it's just a VP thing. They have so much confidence in his ability to do so, and he's actually just very, very good at it. But this time, there are just too many people coming in. They end up straight headshotting him, but they don't speed up behind it. They're actually still slow playing it.
Man, this is so Titan. This is so Titan. It's like, man, look at this. Cool, calm, the composure keeping it right, not throwing themselves onto the fire, potentially giving away back into this round to VP. No, Titan, they get the entry. They're like, yeah, get the gun, and then, we'll start mucking about.
Resistance goes down, but they've rotated back to the A bomb site. Bailey's going to realize only too late, and now they're all going to charge him. He can't win this fight. There's just too many people. He's completely open, completely exposed. 3-on-3 with the Tech 9s and Deagles, and they're going to make it a 2-on-3, though. Good job, Taz, there. Very important kill. Bomb goes down, and that's already a big victory for Titan. If they win this round, that's really going to crush VP.
That's going to be a real problem. That's pretty much tombstoning VP, but it's not looking like VP are interested in losing this round at all. RPK would have to basically play like a god, and it's just not meant to be. Taz, he's unholy, man. He's using that P90. He doesn't believe.
Well, it's working. He's got 14 kills. And considering how far behind he was on Cash, he's made it back.
No, it's just timing. It's just timing there. The fact that he's that half-second early to stop Kenny from getting into Boiler. If Kenny gets into Boiler, that he can cause all sorts of trouble.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Taz is definitely the saving grace for VP that round. What I did like, though, that this time around we saw Titan picking up smokes, they forced a rotation, and actually created an easy bomb plant for themselves. And I like how unselfish Existence is, because he kind of just manned up and ran in all by himself.
Oh boy.
Good opening from Grubby. Neo's here, P90 in hand, sprays 1, very nearly takes Kenny with him, and oh, this is not looking cool for Titan at all. Virtus.Pro just locking it down over at the B side of the map.
I'm amazed that Kenny actually goes for the shot through that smoke again when he's so low. He has to know there's a Pro 90 on the other side of that smoke, and he still dares to go for some spray with his AK. It's ridiculous. Or is it brave? Or is it foolish? I don't know. Maybe a combination.
Yeah, can you be one without the other? I don't know.
They go hand in hand, Anders.
Something like that. At least it sounds like it's very deep. That's good enough for me. Molotov in the corner. Very hardcore way to check if anyone is there, but I kind of like it, because certainly people only be there for a really short time. Smoke off into CT spawn. Now, if they can just deal with this P90 in seconds, that's going to be good. If they take too long, well, more trouble is coming, and it's Pasha. An M4 in hand. He takes down Kenny, leaving Existence 1-on-3, and he does not get the job done. Instead, he's going to be chilling right by the grill. In fact, perfect place for it. 10-8, and Virtus.Pro, man, they're on the way back into this game.
Yeah, they're looking to be starting to recover some of that momentum that they lost in the first half when Titan were able to turn the tides against them. Now, all of a sudden, beginning of the second half, VP have got it again. And Titan are the ones who are just with their backs to the wall. Nothing seems to be going their way. Oh, the bombardment bottom mid does a lot of damage to Maniac there.
Titan are just playing this really passively, even though they don't have any weaponry to be amazed by. They've got Tech 9 Deagle and 4 P250s. This is also, as you pointed out a couple of rounds ago, Sam, this is very Titan-esque.
Looking for that one opening if they can get it. I mean, it'll be worth it to be slow playing it like this. But VP, on the other hand, aren't doing anything crazy. I mean, we have in the past actually seen VP as one of the teams that will go quite aggressive if they feel like the other team might be ecoing. As sort of a power play almost, just saying, look, you don't have a chance. We're just going to rush down middle, especially on Inferno, and take you out. Na'Vi do it too sometimes, and this time they seem to be a little bit more controlled. And maybe it's because they've got Grubby in here as well. They feel like we're not the full lineup. We can't risk it right now, but it's working out for them at any rate, whatever they're doing here. Taz with a nice triple, especially that last kill there, just making sure Apex gets nothing for his efforts. And Taz right now, 17 kills. I mean, Taz is actually like a super dedicated Counter-Strike player, so when he has a bad map like he had on Cash, I can definitely imagine he'd be the sort of person who takes it very personally, like he feels personally the weight of having done badly on that map, and then just comes back and does really good on Inferno.
Is it momentum? Is it just like confidence basically that comes once he starts hitting the calls and starts hitting the shots? He's like a boulder rolling down the hill. I mean, he kind of looks like a boulder, or at least like a troll, right? You know, like who's curled up and rolling down the hill like a boulder.
I think Taz could pretty roll a boulder somewhere. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Alright, well, Ben.
No, yeah, I think Taz is the kind of player who, you know, he knows he can do better than what he did on Cash, so he's gonna do better. He kind of just decides that he's got to do better now, and he does it. It's kind of seem how he works. I don't think he's the kind of guy to get caught up in feeling hot or not. Seeing how he's, that was a nice shot from Apex through the smoke on Pasha.
And we have to say, when we see that, we saw that from Pasha's point of view, and we could see Apex very clearly. Pasha couldn't. That the smoke in-game is sometimes a little bit different than it is on GoTV, so it's not like we are somehow better at spotting than Pasha is. That's just unfortunate here. Walking right into Kenny's shot is Grubby. Taz by a little pit. He's going to go down. Kenny with a double, and Titan forcing their way through. Just when Virtus.Pro were about to equalize the score, they're now in a very, very deep hole here. By Ali, he probably wanted to save this rifle if he could, but all he's going to get is RPK, and unless the bomb somehow fell out of the map, that's the only way they could have won, because they'd never find Neo in time, but it stays inside. I don't even think it can fall outside the map, so that's going to be it. And Biali disconnected. So we're going to really have a force here, or a force, a pause. A forced pause. Oh, yes.
Yes, there it is. Forced pause.
Great minds. Great minds, Ven.
Absolutely. And I didn't notice this ping going up or anything like that, so... And it didn't time out, so I think it just... Maybe he had some FPS drops, needed to restart CS, something to that effect.
It could be. It could be. I mean, we have people in the past complaining about the anti-cheat client that's running on ESL.
The wire, yeah.
The ESL wire. It affects some people and some people not, and I think some people may just complain about it more than others, so...
I think it affects every Dane ever.
Yes, that's true. Danish people in particular have a tendency to cry a lot about that. I don't know why.
It's understandable, though, because playing with FPS drops is not something... Or just... Well, not necessarily just low FPS, but, you know, the FPS drop that happens randomly, because it's a pretty awful situation to be in if you actually are in a position to do a lot of damage and all of a sudden your PC just kind of freezes. Yeah. Doesn't do a lot of wonders for you. And yeah, Taz is confirming that it's low FPS, so it's probably just going to take a restart of the anti-cheat client, and then we should be good to go.
Most excellent. So if you are just joining us, then a big welcome here. This is the ESL Pro League second map, and second half is coming at you. It's very even right now at 11-9. Could go either way, really. Hope to see a third map. That would be amazing between these two teams. It's been so much fun already. Do follow us on Twitter. I think the link should be in the chat somewhere. And yeah, go and check out esl.gg/CSGO Pro Raffle for a giveaway there as well. And it's also... Oh yeah, and if you're tuning in from CSGO Lounge, there's a donation link between the video and the chat where you can help us out a little bit. So thanks to everyone who's already been doing that. We appreciate it a lot, guys. And yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed. So big thanks to all of you. Apart from that, I mean, one round out after losing 4. If this is the pattern that Titan intend to keep up on the second half, that means that VP are going to end up winning. Even I can do that math.
That's some pretty advanced math right there.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
That means it's going to be like 17-12, and then Virtus.Pro already won at that point, you know. I'm just saying.
Sure. Yeah, you're just FYI.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's predetermined that it'll be that kind of thing, but yeah, just worth pointing out that Titan need to do better so far than they have.
Yeah, I guess the one thing that is a bit of a worry for VP is, well, actually I can't recall how much money BLE had when he disconnected. But obviously they're going to have to spend a bit here. Neo is probably going to have to drop for Pasha. And from there on out, yeah, they're going to be in a bit of a tight spot, economically speaking. So if Titan are able to string one more round together, we might see a quick 2 and 3 rounds for the French team.
We might see things spin out of control.
Exactly. You know, the wheels fall off the plow, and RPK is refusing to repair it.
Oh, heartbreaking, but at the same time, you can't really blame him. It's the enemy.
Yeah, he's probably the guy sitting there with the wrench.
Oh yeah, loosen the bolts.
Yeah.
Speaking of RPK, doing pretty well at the moment with 16 kills, 20 on Kenny though, not too surprising. But again, Titan, you know, they started the second half all being at 13 kills, and they've stuck pretty closely together. Only a few runaways from the rest of the field.
Yeah, I'm so far I'm pretty impressed with RPK's play. It's been a bit of a bumpy night for VP, but he's still managing to get entry frags and hold down positions on the map. Really, I don't think there's much that he's leaving to be desired, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah, he's doing his job. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's doing his job, exactly. You know, I think a lot more comes down to at least Kenny and Apex, right? You know, those are the two heavy hitters on the team we expect to see topping it. But he's definitely right there in the middle of the pack doing what needs to be done.
Yeah, and speaking of people of, you know, putting in a good performance, it's really nice to see that Taz bounce back. I mean, we touched on it a tiny bit a couple of rounds ago, but yeah, it's really nice to see him bounce back, because I think he ended up with something like 4 frags in total on cash. I think he actually ended up with 420, so, you know, YOLO, MLG, all that good stuff.
420 YOLO.
I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, Anders, but yeah.
I can't right now.
Are you blazing it? No.
Oh,
or eating
man.
Doritos and Gatorade, or is it Powerade?
No, I've got Estrella chips here, dude. It's like
I mean, it's close enough.
Dude, it's been like months since Fragbite, and there's still cases of Estrella chips around here. It's nuts.
You're gonna have to do giveaways.
I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't eat them all. It's too much.
Don't you have the Muslim and all the Fragbite guys nearby?
Yeah, but there's only so much sour cream and onion you can take, man. Seriously.
Is that the only taste you have?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, one bag, you're like, okay, man. Yeah.
That's enough
then
for a while.
You start getting past that, you're just like, whoa.
Brutal.
Should have been at least one salt and pepper in there. Oh well. So yeah, still waiting on Bialy to sort out his ESL wire. One of the reasons why this takes so much time is because for some reason, every time you start or stop ESL wire, you have to transmit the data. Regardless, yes. And even if you've only been in a game for about 2 seconds before you restart CS or anything, that transmitting data process takes about 9 years.
Yeah, especially if you somehow have slow upload or something like that, it could be a little bit costly in time. So
yeah, I'm not really sure what it's transmitting. Like, if you've just been on the server, it takes equal amount of time, it seems, if you've been on the server for 2 hours or 2 minutes. So I'm not really sure what they're sending.
It's uploading all your bitcoins, basically. So
Probably.
just that's all it does. I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be something that some people struggle with and some people don't. So I'm sure we will have him back at any rate here by Ali in fully functioning form.
Yeah, you know, at least you hope that for VP's sake. They're already playing with a stand-in, so losing Bialy as well wouldn't exactly help their cause.
No, I mean, maybe they could steal someone from ESC. I think ESC beat Unu Ein today at like 16-4, which is pretty impressive on Dust 2. That's
especially given that Unu Ein beat Navi 16-13 earlier today.
Yeah, you know how they did it?
No, I didn't catch the game. I just saw the results.
I just saw the results as well, but I kind of they lost the first half on the T side of Nuke by 13-2, and then they made a 14-0 comeback on the second half.
Danish teams on Nuke, man.
Yeah, 14 rounds in a row. That's pretty good. So Navi pretty not too happy about that.
It's in the genes, man. Navi, that's the thing, though. If you listen to Navi and when they talk about Nuke, they literally just pug it. Like, there are no strats for Navi on T-side Nuke. They just walk around and they're kind of like, hey, let's go over here. Yeah, that sounds good. And then just, okay then, right? So against any kind of team with organized defense, it's going to be very weird. And again, Dane's on CT side Nuke. I mean, we're talking about Titan right now. I'm sure they still have nightmares.
Exactly right. Well, supposedly the match should be live just about any second. So big welcome to everyone who's joining us here. It is the second half, second map, and it is well, a one-map lead for Titan Virtus.Pro. They have to win this map if they want to push this series on to the third map, which will, if it happens, be Mirage. And that should be actually quite a lot of fun to see, I imagine. So I hope that's going to be the case. But Titan are only 5 rounds away from winning, Virtus.Pro 7 rounds away. So it's actually, like, it's pretty even. And the next team to eco could make a really big difference. Obviously, Virtus.Pro, you talked about the money then before this whole pause happened, and there's only $250 on Taz. So there's not a lot.
Yeah, they had to spend everything. And that's where Titan's big opportunity is. If they can break VP at this point, then they could easily balloon up to 14 rounds. And we'll see a pretty similar scenario to what we saw in Cash, which VP ends up in just kind of having to climb a huge mountain the entire time, and Titan more or less just have to get lucky one round to get into a safe territory.
Scary.
Scary indeed.
The round that Titan finally won after losing the first 4 in a row happened a lot because Kenny got those 2 pickups over an archway, which also should tell VP something about what's safe and what's not. And if you do go and fight Kenny, you'd best be prepared because he can really break a map right open like this.
Ooh, buddy. I'm wondering right now what is going through VP's minds. They heard shots. Excuse me. They heard shots second mid. If Titans start wallbanging apartments, that can be a tell that they want to go A.
It could be.
And then look at this. I mean, Grubby's working his way back over here. They're going to have 4 guys holding on this site right now for VP.
All trust is put in Neo to just handle it with the AWP. Just like they just do it so much. VP. They say, right, fine, Neo, you just take care of business.
Yep, smoke set up right now in second mid, the cross. Again, set up for pit smokes. This is looking like Titan just want to go for an A take, but VP bet they are believing in their call. They're just sitting here.
Yeah, now they're going to get almost confirmation that this is happening. This is such a big tell that something is going down at A. Bialy, back in action, gets the good pick off, but he will go down, and now they need some sort of return. Taz is up in Graveyard, and that's a great headshot on Maniac, who almost waited behind the pillar, but not quite. And the rotation has already happened. You can see even Neo is halfway over here. Pasha takes down RPK. Existence tries to get the plant in, but it's not even close to happening as Kenny runs away 10 seconds. And pretty much a rock-solid defense coming out from the CT side.
A very good hold by VP. Not losing more than necessary, I suppose. Bialy was in a pretty tight position right there. But only losing 1 member, that's pretty big for them in the current situation they find themselves in. Titan on the other hand, surely, you know, you've talked about this several times. Neo plays the B-bomb side pretty much alone, and he always plays it pretty aggressively, too, with the help of smokes from his teammates. But you'd imagine that Titan actually realizes this at some point and would try to attack him. But they seem very content about just doing set strategies towards the A-bomb site.
I think they might get a little too set in what they have in mind, right? What the plan is, and might be a bit inflexible because of that.
Yeah, that could very well be it. Kenny right there took a lot of damage because he missed the first shot on Neo, which is his shot he normally makes, and then he, you know, just kind of just stood in a Molotov for quite some time because he figured he could catch Neo running back into the site, and he probably should have, because that's 2 shots he missed where he normally would hit.
Yeah.
And in the end, he just ends up taking 81 damage instead.
And how many of those opportunities do you really get when you're playing against Virtus.Pro? Probably not that many, so those could have been the only 2 in the round that they're gonna get for free. The next couple of ones they're gonna have to fight for really hard. Pasha waiting at the edge, and you also saw Bialy falling back to a safer position while they got Taz down in the pit. This A-bomb side, even with only 3 members here instead of the 4 they had earlier, is still really well defended. Now it's going to be rough, I think, for the Titan team to break through. They're going to run through the Molotov, not fearing it. I think Pasha hears it, actually going to fall back, but it's too late. I think they realized too late. Titan running through the Molotov probably gave them a big edge this round. Apex goes down, though, and bomb still not planted, but it is a 3-on-3, and if they can get Kenny into a good position with the AWP here, that could be the big difference.
Well, more importantly, he does not get pinned down in the pit like RPK has become here. Pasha, he's going to be holding this angle, but Kenny gets a safe plant, a standard plant, and now he's got the AWP to watch long. Pasha's going to try and push up here, but this could be Kenny's time to shine. As soon as Pasha comes around this corner, instant kill.
Maniac doing work over at Archway. He didn't catch Neo. He did sort of predict that something was happening, but he couldn't get the kill on him. Neo, though, retaking A with so little time in a 1-on-2. It's actually not even possible, especially as he doesn't have a kit picked up. So he's going to have to run, and Titan will claim the round 12-10, and the money on Virtus.Pro. It's just not good enough here. Should they force it up anyway here, then? Should they just not allow Titan to get a 13th round?
No, I would not force up in this situation. You can try to do the best you can. You know, you might buy a couple of pistols, drop the off for Pasha, see what Pasha is able to do with it. But I think you have to put Pasha in a position to play aggressively with the op, so you can pick up maybe an easy entry frag and work from there with the pistols, because it's definitely doable. But you don't want to throw away the entire game by forcing up here, because you're not going to get a especially good force buy.
Alright, and VP seem to agree. Pasha up in the apartment to take down RPK, so the one rifle to rule them all. If you get an opening frag like that, it could be true.
That was perfect as well. Really hard shot to hit, but he just snuck it in there. Real patience coming out, and now there's 3 guys waiting on this B site. Bit of a stack coming in for VP. Pasha's rotating over as quickly as possible, but Titan have yet to commit. Bomb is leading the charge, though. Existence is just hoofing it, and it looks like Titan are going to try and commit to this B site.
Oh, Taz. He needed to land that headshot to make it really work. Pasha, he's been smoked out of a chance to get this. Can't really see much at the edge here, but he's really trying to play as best as he can. The bomb already down, and again, they do not have a kit. They need so many kills to make this work, and now Pasha is all alone, looking for an opening, and even if he finds one... Oh, he gets a double! You gotta be kidding me. Now he's got the triple kill in total. He's gonna smoke it off here. He's not got a kit. He's just holding it down, and he's walking out of the smoke. He's hoping for Existence to come looking, and Existence is playing this very smartly. And I think this probably just won them the round. There's no time for Pasha any longer, and that's almost... It's almost heartbreaking, because with a double kill like that, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, Pasha actually made a tiny mistake right there. After he smoked off and jumped on top of the fountain, he actually fell down into the water. And that makes noise, which kind of gives everything away for Existence. Existence heard the splash in the water and promptly just sat still, which was the right move to do.
Oh, man. That was intense, though.
Yeah, this is definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, what a shot there. 2 for 1. Couldn't have gone better there for Pasha.
And weirdly enough, Maniac is only rocking a P250 even though Existence has 4.1. So it seems like Maniac is the sacrificial lamb in case they want to buy up the next round and give Kenny an op.
They get to smoke off one side. So Grubby's here, but Neo is still pretty much alone. Flashbang in, Neo down in the fountain, but Apex goes down, and he was the only one playing at the edge of the smoke here. When he doesn't find anybody, Titan just kind of... They give up a man and don't get anything in return, really.
The one thing that is working in the favor of Titan is the fact that both of the players on B for VP have used their smoke. So they don't really have any solid methods to actually hold them back. They have one flash, and that was used right there. So I think they have to gun people down, or Pasha has to come in big.
Pasha's here off the Speedway, though, holding that cross on CT. Grubby's going to get a second frag. Existence takes him out. Pasha no longer really in position to use this incendiary nade, though. They're going to get past before he can get here. And he wins the duel. He wins a crucial double kill. Takes the fight versus RPK, and then manages to carry that spray over to Existence. That's exactly what had to happen for Pasha to shine.
And I think they both, like, at least RPK at the end had a grenade out, and I'm not sure. I think they both were caught doing something entirely different. That was just the perfect timing for Pasha. 13-11, it's definitely not over, ladies and gentlemen, here. There's a lot more to come, potentially, from VP, and they could very easily make it back and win this game.
They've put themselves in a pretty good spot right now. Now they'll just have to make the most out of it. And that spare money that Existence had, spent it on full nades and AK. So he might be able to do something here for his team.
Interesting choice.
I think he just wanted to even out the money at that point because, well, they saw that they couldn't get anything near a proper buy, which the only scenario where they could have gotten a somewhat proper buy is if they got the bomb down in the previous round, which they didn't. So just evening it out, starting from scratch, pretty much.
Well, Maniac is in a good position here. I mean, if they get nervous, VP, and try and see if they can sort of go out and look if anyone's here, he could get a free kill on someone, which would be nice, especially if it's timed with a push that's going to maybe go into A. So here it is. Grubby is peeking out, will go down, and now, you see, that might force Pasha back. You can see exactly what's happening here. And actually, they're going to go for it. They just keep pushing in here. Neo in the fountain, missing the kill. Pasha goes down. This could be a disaster here. There's still 4 people coming. Neo realizes he's already down to 50 health. He has to stay alive, has to get at least 1 more kill and live for another couple of seconds. And he sends Kenny flying on top of the fountain. Kenny going home to meet his own people, and it's going to be RPK and Existence now 2-on-2. Bomb goes down, yes, but I think Neo might have saved his team there.
He did the damage. The thing is, there's 2 rifles here still for Titan to hold with. VP are using their nades, but there's a good position here set up for Titan. They've got control of the scenario here. If they try and rush up onto the site, Existence is here, the point man. RPK waiting in construction, making sure that they can't get flanked from CT. This is all about Bialy now, the duel, and Existence wins the headshot. RPK cleans up Taz, and that couldn't have gone better. Despite Neo's best efforts, Titan still carried through.
Unreal. I always suspected that Kenny might be an alien, but I never thought I'd see him try and leave in the middle of a match and just, you know, go skywards, but it very nearly happened.
And even though Neo did a great job picking up those 2 frags on the bomb site, I think it's actually on Neo that VP lost that round, because there's no way in hell that Maniac should be allowed to aim towards CT spawn and pick off Pasha that way. There's no way that should ever happen.
You may be right, in fact. Although, you know, he tried so hard to make up for it, Van. You're cruel, you're heartless.
No, yeah, he definitely did a good job of picking up 2 frags, but it should have never come to that.
Yeah.
And I'm actually surprised that Maniac opted to watch for CT spawn as well, because he definitely knew that Grubby got flashed out by someone on the B bomb site. So for him to actually just completely ignore anything that goes on the actual B bomb site and just gun straight towards CT spawn was a bit of a strange decision from Maniac's side, but it worked out really well for them.
Well, right now they're just trading at the moment. Neo goes down. RPK, though, is going to find Bialy, and that's going to give up the A bomb site, more or less. Taz is waiting in the smoke here. Can't really see a thing, and Apex decides, I'm just going to test and see if this smoke is completely safe. It looks suspicious. And with that kind of a frag, it's going to go on to not just map point, but match point for Titan here, as we're going to be seeing a 15 round for their minisecond now. Wow.
Apex has a thing for checking suspicious smokes. He did that on Cash as well.
Yeah, that Taz shot on Cash.
Yeah, and it seems to be Taz is on the receiving end as well.
Every time, man, he just knows.
And you can see Kenny being on the hunt together with Apex and RPK, because they know that any weapon loss for VP now would be a complete disaster.
That's exactly it. I mean, they're holding very carefully right now. They went for a boost on logs, trying to wallbang through, but they're not going to get lucky with that approach. They're actually going to have to go and take this fight hand to hand. I don't think they're going to be able to get these kills fast enough. No, Grubby lives and Pasha does as well, so 2 rifles now for VP to work with.
Yeah, I think that was actually a bit of a mistake from Titan. I think that was way too passive given the state of their economy and the fact that they actually knew that they'd found one of the VP members, and given how both of them normally plays the B bomb site, or that's the rotator and the guy who plays the B bomb site, that they actually should have been able to do more with that, with the information they had.
Yeah, possible for sure.
The one silver lining I can tell is that if VP win this round and the next one and make it 13-15, and Titan don't get any bomb plants in that period, then they can force an eco and they might be able to force overtime right now. It's not impossible. Neo off to a good start here. He's controlling the bomb as well, and Virtus.Pro.
What are we seeing? Titan lead with the bomb up to top banana and then just kind of sit there? What is this?
That was a weird exchange. First off, Apex, again, moving too far up, similar to what he did in one of the previous retakes that Titan had. And Maniac not getting the return frag on Neo, which he definitely should have had, while Neo was kind of boxed in behind the sandbags there. That's a bit of an issue. They have taken, out everyone on the A-bomb side, but it doesn't really do anything for Titan as long as they don't have the bomb.
Exactly. Well, they're going to go ahead and smoke it off. So there is that angle now. Grubby's going to be kind of forced to either just commit or not. He is going to do that. He's here to support Neo, who's still alive, holding, keeping this bomb back. Neo tries to take the fight. Grubby is still here, lurking, but effective smokes actually render him useless. They're going to be able to pick up this bomb and recover the situation somewhat.
Even though Kenny's trying to shoot his teammate in the kneecaps there, it still works out pretty well for them. Now it's Taz is going to be alone, 1-on-2. He's lost control of the bomb. There's 10 seconds left. Can they get to the... Oh, doesn't matter. RPK seals the deal and makes it 16-11. And Titan, they get to feel like what it's... well, they get to feel what it's like winning against Virtus.Pro. That was a really good victory for the Titan team. What do you guys think?
I think that was incredibly... way too close at the end. Just way too close at the end. Well, that last round almost was a gift way back into the map for VP.
Yeah,
it was intense for sure, and VP could have picked up a couple of more rounds. I think they did feel the loss of Snacks during that entire game, but well played to Titan. And I think I didn't quite catch how many frags all the Titan players had at the end, but I saw 3 players on 20, so they kept that consistency level there throughout the entire game.
It's Kenny on 23, it's 20 on Maniac, Existence, RPK, and then 18 on Apex. So everyone doing really well. Nobody really doing horribly on VP's side. I mean, top fragging Taz really making up for Cash and doing a fine job indeed. On the first half of the heat map, you can really see how much Virtus.Pro wanted to get through on Banana and into B. There's like a huge red dot right there. It's one of the few times I think the heat map is really showing how many battles Virtus.Pro lost over here. Second half, it's a little bit more all over the place. I mean, Titan, they tried to find all different angles that they could in all different venues. And in the end, it ends up being Titan moving on to the LAN finals, which is super exciting. Gosh, man, that was a great game, and I'm so glad that so many of you guys wanted to come and hang out with us and have a good time here. I hope you guys will go and follow us on Twitter. The link should be in the chat once again. We're kind of done for today, and also big thanks to all the people tuning in from CSGO Lounge and donating through the link that's between the video player and the chat. We can really appreciate it. So yeah, that's hugely helpful, guys. And we will be back sometime after MLG, and maybe also the Assembly Land that's going to be coming up as well. With more cool Counter-Strike here.
Well, I mean, I guess we can throw it out there. Check out RoomOnFire.tv for the full schedule of when we're live. But that is it. We should be back next week, sometime in the mid, maybe Wednesday. And other than that, we'll see you guys at the end of the month.
Exactly right. So have a good day, guys, and I hope you will tune back in here. And big thanks to yourself for hosting all of this, of course. Have a good night. Play some Counter-Strike, and we'll see you soon enough. This is the ESL Pro League, and we'll be back soon enough.